Hello and welcome to Woke Watch, an ongoing series of videos where I find the daftest and wokest stories on the internet, and then together we can pick them apart for the bullshit they really are. The tour operator TUI have come under fire and are being labelled as peddling woke madness because they've instructed the pilots on their aircraft to no longer say "welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen," and instead say something like "good morning, passengers." We already know why. So why use passengers in place of ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's because it's gender neutral and therefore less likely to offend the gender non-binary brigade. Because ladies and gentlemen, that's fine for cisgendered or normal people. It's also fine for trans people because they identify as the opposite gender to which they were born. This is catering for people who use the pronouns they, them, who say I'm not male or female, I'm both and neither. People who are mentally fucking ill. So how many people does this affect? Well, if we take the number of non-binary people in society, and then add to that the number of those people who are likely to be offended, or the percentage rather, the conservative estimate, the absolute maximum, is 1 in 2,000 people. It's more likely to be closer to 1 in 10,000. Whereas I'm left-handed, that's 1 in 10 people, and I'm more likely to die in an accident. Why do I bring that up? Well, almost everything is designed for right-handed people, as it should be, because they make up 90% of the population. But for lefties like me, well, if I were to join the British Army, which I can't because I'm too old, the assault rifle used by the Brits is the SA-80, and it can only be fired right-handed. And not only am I left-handed, I'm left-eye dominant, so the Ruskies are going to pick me off first. So why is it okay for 10% of the population to be put at risk because we've been overlooked? But because 1 in 2,000 people might be slightly offended, an airline is changing its fucking language. And when I went on holiday last year, as we got on the plane, the captain said, "Welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls." How dare he assume the genders of the children? It's not up to the pilot, it's not even up to the parents. Now it's down to weird, woke, progressive teachers. And if you've not seen anything on this, a few days ago I was watching a video of an American school teacher proudly explaining on TikTok, no fucking surprises there, that in her class for 4-year-olds, one little girl was pointing out who all the girls were in the class. And when she got to the teacher, who's female, said, "I'm not a girl, I'm a boy." That child is 4 years old and she's already fucking with her mind. And to be honest, who's really that bothered by the manner in which the captain addresses the passengers? I wouldn't care if it came over the intercom, "All right, you cunt, this is your captain speaking." It doesn't bother me if he or she is homophobic, a card-carrying racist, or anything else I find abhorrent. All I care about is, can they fly the fucking plane? I want to know that when I get on the aircraft, I'll still be alive when it lands at the other end. I tell a lie. There is one thing that bothers me about the way that the captain addresses the passengers. Because I was on a flight a few years ago, and the captain came over the intercom and said, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Daz." Captain fucking Daz. There's nothing wrong with the name Darren. If he said this is Captain Darren, that would be fine. Daz is a good name for a plasterer, and there's nothing wrong with being a plasterer. It's just I don't want a plasterer flying an aircraft. The image I have of Captain Daz is a guy who's flying the plane with the window wound down and he's got his fingers drumming on the roof. The sort of pilot who's considering if he can get a Boeing 737 to do loop-the-loop. So for me, I don't think we need to be changing the language, making it gender neutral, just so that we don't offend a handful of people in society. And that handful of people, in all seriousness, probably need help. Because they'll say things like, "I just want you to accept me." Why? You don't fucking accept yourself. So that's the end of this edition of Woke Watch. If it seemed a bit disjointed, it's because I actually read the story about a minute before I started recording. So I've just freestyled all of this. As ever, thanks for watching.